Alright, what is up everyone? Z-Man at the Z channel. So as promised, and with a little bit of delay, and I do apologize for the delay, I will be going over the different genres of martial arts that I've learned. And so I'm not going necessarily in order of the process that I learned them. I'm kind of more going off of an encompassing development as I progressed. And so when I first got done with Sansu, I already showed everyone that book that I did. It was called Martial Arts After Sansu. And in the book, it went over a bunch of different arts. And so I got into Japanese arts heavily, and also Krav Maga. And so I'm going to go ahead and just go through all the Krav Maga stuff first, and then we'll get into the Japanese arts, and then we'll keep going along with the other genres that I have. And there is quite a lot of material to go over, so let's jump into this, okay? So right now I got this, it's called Krav Maga Commando, and it's by Moni Isaac, all right? And basically it's effective hand-to-hand combat system. I've had this for a number of years, and it basically goes through, you know, all kinds of different things, from gun disarms, knife disarms, stick disarms, hand-to-hand combat, grabs, holds, takedowns, throws, you know, different angles of attack, and it's pretty lethal stuff. It's definitely, that's why it's called Commando. You know, it's not like your basic self-defense stuff. It's the stuff that they learn in the IDF, and so that is one of the first Krav Maga DVDs that I got and started training on, and it was really long. There was a lot of really cool stuff in it. And Moni Isaac is a really great teacher, and I recommend that if you do get into Krav Maga, check out Moni Isaac. All right, and then after that, I got into more of the Krav Maga, and this is Jean-Michel Leroux and Alain Formaggio. Okay, this guy is from, oh, what's the name of the country? It's gonna drive me nuts now. Well, anyway, he's from France, and he's from Belgium. That's what it was, Belgium. And so they basically go over all kinds of different hand-to-hand combat, gun disarms, knife disarms, stick disarms, and they go into some really hardcore stuff. I mean, it's definitely geared more towards, like, you know, your military, your law enforcement type tactics, but good stuff to know in everyday self-defense. You know, so if you're getting into it, I do recommend it. It is definitely very graphic stuff. I mean, you're going to hurt someone. You're going to put someone in the hospital doing these techniques, okay? So, you know, I do recommend that you understand your liabilities before, during, and after, before you get into training this stuff, okay? And do you have a training partner? Do not hurt your training partner, okay? Go slow, go easy. These techniques are designed to really hurt people badly, up to lethal force. So just keep that in mind, okay? And then I got the Close Combat Volume 2, which is another element of Krav Maga that these two guys, Alain Formaggio and Jean-Michel Leroux, teach. Both guys are really great at what they do, and I got another DVD actually coming up that I'll be showing in a second, where they go over all kinds of cool stuff. And they're just really great people to learn from. I mean, this guy was in the French police for a long time. He was in the Belgian special forces. And, you know, also they speak in French, and trying to learn new languages. You know, it's just really good to learn outside of your element that you're used to. And so that's why I picked these up. And, you know, they weren't cheap either. You know, and keep in mind, when I started this journey, you know, I wasn't getting like all these DVDs at once. It took, you know, it was like a 9, almost 10-year journey that I've been on. And, you know, so it's been quite a while for a lot of this, you know, to be collected on. And so I went through each style, and once I got done training, I went to the next one. So let me go back into this one. So this is Krav Warriors 2, and this is a seminar that was done in France, and it's got Alain Formaggio, Mashi Galisco from Israel, Alessandro Del Pia, and Jean-Michel Leroux again, Ciro Lenti, Claudio Parmelli, and Stephanie Dumont, who's a she's a co-director for Women's Self-Defense, and so they go through a whole bunch of different scenarios in this, and it's actually, I believe it's about 7 hours long. It's a double disc, as you can see. You got disc 1 and disc 2, and you know they have there's a lot of hardcore training in here, and they don't mess around. Like it starts off kind of slow with just like some basic warm-ups, and the next thing you know, you're jumping into it and you're really starting to kick butt, and you get into some really hardcore combat type training, and it's just a lot of fun. It's, you know, close combat, pro self-defense. I can't say enough about it. Okay. And then this guy, Alain Cohen, he is a direct instructor with the IDF. Okay. And his DVDs are really geared towards, you know, combat. Literally, it's all combat stuff. Everything you learn in here is about breaking arms, snapping necks, incapacitating your opponent in a matter of seconds. And so I got this DVD as a precursor to this one, but this one was what got me hooked on this guy. This guy is just, he's really solid, he's really fast, even for his size, and he just breaks down the techniques really easily. So this one's called Authentic Krav Maga. I got it from Budo International, and there's a lot of really great material from Alain Cohen. All right, so I suggest you check him out. He's definitely worth the investment. And then I got his entire black belt series, which I don't really believe in, like the whole belt system. Saying you're a black belt just basically means that you know a bunch of techniques. Doesn't mean you can necessarily bust them out in a situation. It just means you know this stuff. But as you can see on the front picture, they're not messing around. Okay, like you're really learning how to, you know, foobar people, if that's a better term to use on this channel. Is yeah, you're literally learning how to foobar people, and it's not a joke. I mean, you really learn some intense stuff. And on this one, it goes through the yellow belt, orange belt, green belt, blue belt, brown belt, and then the black belt. And I really just, I can't say enough about it. I mean, I trained my daughter in this stuff, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, you know, why would you train your daughter in lethal art like this? Well, because I want her to be protected, because when I go off and I do my thing and she's on her own, I want her to be able to defend herself. And, you know, if she has to destroy somebody, then that's what she needs to do. And I want to make sure that she had the arsenal and the abilities, you know, to do what she needed to do. So, Krav Maga, all the way through, one of the really coolest type of arts I've ever learned. And for me, it's one of those things, like, it just put a lot of things in perspective for me, okay? It really helped me to learn, you know, what I needed to do. And out of all these DVDs, I mean, there's, you know, a whole bunch of hours worth of training in here, and I've trained every one of these DVDs, you know, front to back. And it taught me a lot, and I carry it with me every day. I don't forget it. It's one of those things I know I feel confident when I'm in the field, and it's just a nice arsenal to have. And, you know, when I said I have a giant combat library, I wasn't kidding around. And, like, this is just scratching the surface. So, anyway, Krav Maga, you know, it's like any martial art. It'll work for you as long as you work for it. And there's a lot of really great training in here. A lot of really solid, down-to-earth material. There's, like, no nonsense type of techniques. And that's what I like about it, okay? So, Krav Maga, check it out. I recommend it for just about everyone. And, you know, if you have any questions or comments, please put it below. I'm going to go ahead and end the video on this note and just say that, you know, it's been a great experience learning all this, and I can't wait to, you know, to maybe find another DVD that's in the realm of Krav Maga to add to it. You know, I feel confident that I know most of what Krav Maga has to teach from all these different instructors. And, you know, that's what's really cool about all this is there's a lot of different instructors, especially this Krav Warriors 2. You know, this one is a seminar, and they had a whole bunch of different instructors. You know, all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different instructors. that came in and taught at this Krav Maga, Krav Warriors seminar. And this is volume 2. When I had got this, there wasn't a volume 1 that was available, so I just went ahead and got 2, and I was really happy with it. And you know, I watched it, good grief, probably 100 times. Same with all these, you know, I've watched all these so many times over, and so I feel confident in what I learned, and it's just been a really great martial art to know. So I recommend it. Learn it. If you have any questions, comments, please put it below. Thanks for watching as always. Please like, share, and subscribe.